Bills fans, I'm not even going to attempt to lie to you. I'm not going to tell you a white lie. I'm not going to tell you a partial lie. The truth is, this was likely the worst season y'all will have in the last 5 years.
Shut up, the Bills! It's not outside! It's not outside! Yeah, we the Buffalo Bills. Yeah, we the Buffalo Bills. You better know that. Look how we throwing and catching, cause we are unstoppable, yeah. You better know that. Look how we running and hitting, cause we are unstoppable, yeah. Reppin' the mafia, yeah. Reppin' the mafia, Bills, mafia, yeah. You better know that. Look how we throwing and catching, cause we are unstoppable, yeah. You better know that. Look how we running and hitting, cause we are unstoppable, yeah. Told me now listen, everyone play their position. Buffalo got a tradition. They say we tripping, they better get out our way. Top of the table, we flipping, we on a mission. Got an unstoppable team, continue to follow your dream by any means. Buffalo, get in the Super Bowl ring. Cause we the Buffalo Bills. Yeah, we the Buffalo Bills. You better know that. Look how we throwing and catching, cause we are unstoppable, yeah. You better know that. Look how we running and hitting, cause we are unstoppable, yeah. Reppin' the mafia, yeah. Reppin' the mafia, Bills, mafia, yeah. You better know that. Look how we throwing and catching, cause we are unstoppable, yeah. You better know that. Look how we running and hitting, cause we are unstoppable, yeah. Mafia up in your city, time to get gritty. Screaming and yelling, we bugging. Look at the red and blue.
This is an MVP year for Josh Allen. As an MVP voter, I said this last week. Josh Allen, he looks like an MVP. When you vote for MVP, and I can speak for myself, I think I'm one of 50 voters, you look at a couple things. Who's the best team in football? Who's the best player on that team in football? What do they look like as the best player on that team in football? And how much talent is around that best player on that best team in football?
Cause we the Buffalo Bills. Yeah, we the Buffalo.
And a good evening, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Coast to Coast podcast. I am your host, Beyond 716, here with the one and only Whittle 2K. Tonight is episode 150, Whittle. 150 episodes, another milestone for the Coast to Coast podcast. Congratulations, Whittle. And it's been a bumpy summer, especially for me, but we're back in the saddle. We are 25 days away from the Buffalo Bills traveling to Houston to face off to Houston, Texas. We are under 30 days, everybody. You can feel it. What do we have to talk about? Well, quite a bit. We could talk about the new stadium. We could talk about the debut of the first game on the new turf, or new grass, I should say, at the new Highmark Field. Buffalo Bills beat the Carolina Panthers 29-14. We will go through a lot of those matchups. We'll talk about our joint practice coming up this week. We'll talk about some injuries, and we'll get into some breakdowns, I'm sure. So, as we always do around here. And I want to give a shout out, everyone in our group message. Please keep the messages coming. We'll try to get them up as much as we can, but you are such an integral part of our show. Whittle, how are you tonight?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm all right, brother. I can't complain too much.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm not complaining at all, man. We it's coming off a big win. Well, I mean, it's not a big win. It's it's preseason, but
true.
I was impressed by some things that we saw. Looking forward to the play calling on both sides of the football. It was definitely a change in what we're used to, and I just hope that it continues, man. Like, I was extremely impressed with the way that the game went, with how certain guys handled themselves, with how the players handle themselves. Like, I was impressed. So 100%, man. I'm looking forward to this upcoming season, man. How about you?
No, you know what, Whittle, the new coaching.
Welcome back.
What? Oh, thank you. Thanks. Great to be back, man. I appreciate it. So, back to some normalcy. But,
right.
Whittle, when you have a new coaching staff, and we've talked about a lot of the news, right? New stadium, new coaches, new offensive coordinator. Well, not really new offensive coordinator, somewhat. New defensive coordinator, new pieces. We've lost, some really great players that were a big part of this Buffalo Bills team for the last 10 years. There's always uncertainty, right? You don't know, but you look for little things in the preseason. You don't you take stuff with a grain of salt, right? You talked about the results, right? The results really don't matter at the end of the day, but it was the preparation. It was that the players are ready. They looked hungry, and that's a testament to Joe Brady. It's a good start for his very young NFL coaching career. It just puts things in the right mindset, right? Even if it is a preseason game, we saw some good performances. It gives some confidence. Like, just for example, we're going to get into a lot, but I thought the touchdown for Coleman was such a big touchdown for him. Personally, I think when you consider everything he went through in the offseason, working with Stevie Johnson, trying to get himself back to, the quote, the good, great, whatever you want to call it with the Buffalo Bills, I thought it was important for him to get that first touchdown, just to give him that little confidence. So things like that matter. So again, the results, well, and we're going to break down, but yeah, isn't it? And one thing, Whittle, just right off the top, isn't it great to have Josh Allen on our football team?
It's awesome, man.
Yeah, it really is. Like, don't take it for granted, folks, because it goes fast, right? He's 30 years old now. We'll have him for a long time, but it's just a pleasure. After all the crap about the lists and all the crap about, where's Josh Allen on the list? We're arguing with fans all over the place. When I watched him play Saturday, that stuff didn't matter to me. I don't care what they say anymore. He's our guy. I love watching him play, and it matters. So just from that point of view, again, a simplistic way of looking at it, but it was great to see.
Yeah. So, I mean, since we're talking about the game, man, first, we'll lead with Josh Allen. I was a little nervous about him playing because obviously you want to get him out there. You want to see what the offense looks like with Josh, DJ, the rest of those guys. You want to see what the changes are. And I mean, you're not going to get everything, but you're going to get probably the bones of, whatever the offense is going to be, right? So looking at this game, I thought to myself, well, Carolina's defensive line is kind of tough. I know they lost Nick Scorton to, I want to say an ACL, so he's going to miss the season, but they still have some guys over there that are really good players. And yeah, I just thought, Josh being out there against this type of defense, I don't know if that's a great idea. They brought over Devin Lloyd from Jacksonville, who's one of the best middle linebackers, off-ball backers in the league, and it's hard to tamper Josh's tendency to take off and run. So anything can happen when he does that. So I was just a little nervous because I know Jacksonville's defense is very, very tough. So, but Josh made some plays, man. I mean, he's extremely hard to sack. Jalen Phillips really had him dead to rights. He just kind of like shrugs him off and gets rid of the football, which, I'm glad to see he still has that. He definitely doesn't have that ability in Madden, but he has it here on real life, which is great.
Yeah, that's true.
And then, another play where, Josh was, again, dead to rights. The defender kind of had him. He ducks underneath the tackle, takes a couple steps forward, and finds Keon Coleman in the back of the end zone for a touchdown. That's vintage Josh Allen. He looks the same as he looked last year. He looks the same as he looked 2 years ago. So I'm expecting, big things from Josh Allen. And the reason why I'm expecting big things is because the first play from scrimmage was on offense was a play action pass, a 15-yard throw down the field to Khalil Shakir, 15 air yards, which is different than what we've seen over the last couple of years. There was a concerted effort to get the ball down the field to the receivers. And Shakir makes the catch, gets upfield for another, 10 yards or whatever, and it's a 25-yard gain. Then there was a drag route off of another play action to a wide-open DJ Moore, who was schemed open beautifully, which is something that we haven't seen. in years past a whole heck of a lot. And the drag route, then the guy is like, asking for the contact, which was kind of crazy. But yeah, like I was impressed by that too, man. And it was crazy. I have to go back and look at the Ravens game. But yeah, what's up, dog? How you doing, bro?
Always great to see you.
I got to go back and look at that Ravens game where we played them and they had Zay Flowers. I think that was week 1. And there was a play where they ran a play action off to they ran play action. It was like a off tackle to the left or whatever, and rolled out. They rolled Lamar back into the pocket, and he stood there, and they put Zay Flowers in motion to the strong side of the play, like he was going to get out there and block, and then he runs a drag route like underneath the entire defense, and the entire defense reacts to the potential run of Derrick Henry, only for Zay Flowers to be running a drag route going the opposite direction. He took off for probably like 20, 25 yards. That play that we ran to DJ Moore looked very, very similar. I wouldn't be surprised if Joe Brady stole that, so. But it was good to see, man. Connection is there. He hit DJ Moore for a couple of passes. The offense looks good. The offensive line, it was all right. It was okay. But
the one line. Yeah, that one sack that Josh took, Dion was kind of sleeping on the count. Like I didn't think he was ready. He wasn't ready for the play. He's like, oh wait, the ball was hyped. If you watch the old 22, and he just gets blown right by. So, I guess that's the only pet peeve. Littles Josh got to hit a little bit more than I would like in the preseason. If there was something to nitpick on that, we got to watch that a little bit. But again, it's all it's timing, technique, things that they have to work on as they get ready for the season.
Yeah, for sure, bro. What was the other thing I want to talk? Oh, the defense. Defensively, defensive line looks crazy. Like they were getting after the quarterback, man. Yeah, we do got a real dog, man. Like he was getting after. He was definitely getting after it. Defensively, like we kept constant pressure. I think for like the first 3 series, man, I don't know if they got a first down over the first 3 series, but like we were really kind of like all over them. He couldn't run. They couldn't run the football. They couldn't throw the football. Bryce Young didn't have enough time. Excellent coverage, excellent, recognition from some of the guys. A couple things that I didn't like. Caleb Elamzor had a pass interference call down the field where he was covering the tight end, and I mean it was a terrible play. Like he tackles the guy before the ball's even there. He's not even looking back for the football. So that kind of bothered me because good quarterbacks are going to see that, and you know what they're going to do? They're going to attack you. So that's got to get cleaned up. What else? What else I didn't like? 21, bro. David Igbinosun. David said, Dave. Was it David?
IGB. I call him IGB. I
think it's David Igbinosun.
Yes.
Yeah, he. I hate to do this because the guy's from Jersey, but he never looks back for the football, man. He just doesn't. He does not look back for the football, and that does worry me. He only gave up, I think, like 7 receiving yards or something like that. So, but I think that was more about the defensive line and the pressure that we were put on the quarterback than it was about him just being locked down in coverage. Because I definitely didn't feel like that. But kudos real quick to Jim Leonard, brand new DC. He called plays from the sideline, as did Joe Brady. And you see the development of these young guys. Jordan Hancock popped off the screen. I mean, he really, really, really did a good job of recognizing and understanding what was happening in front of him and when to trigger downfield and make plays. He had a couple of TFLs. He looked really good at the nickel spot. So There was that, you had Kilgore with a nice pass breakup. What was my guy's name, man? Jesus, I'm forgetting his name. Terrell Bernard. Terrell Bernard had a pass breakup as well. Like the timing of the pressure, where the pressure was coming from, when we were blitzing, where we were blitzing from, it just kept changing up. So, yeah, man, it was really, really, really an impressive showing. Now, to be fair, it is the preseason.
Yep.
I don't know how many starters that they actually had. So, first off, the Carolina Panthers starting tackles are both injured. They did not play their starting guards, and the center that they played is like brand new. He's not. I don't believe he's their normal center. So we did play against like the backups. The twos on their offensive line played with the ones against our defensive, our ones on defense. And I mean, we did what we were supposed to do. We managed him. So that's my assessment, really, of the game. Receivers look good. McCole Harbin with a nice end around he could have took to the house. Drew Bowery had a couple of penalties, but he actually looked good. Like he looked pretty good at tackle. I was pretty satisfied with that. So yeah, man. Ultimately, bro, I thought it was a good showing by us.
Yeah, I mean, even just little things like, for example, just to see Tyler Bass. I mean, he did miss one, but made a few field goals, so he had something. His injuries last year. Hopefully, he's getting over that. Do you you mentioned something interesting about Shakir and the deep game? Do you think DJ Moore is really going to help with that, Whittle? Like, he takes certain attention away from some of the short options that are available, and it will make Shakir more available down for those mid-level 15-yard passes than maybe we did last year.
He should 100%. No, he should, because he's gonna draw coverage away from the rest of these guys. You didn't see that effect Saturday because it's preseason.
Yeah.
It's preseason, so they're not really game planning and things like that. But I do think you'll see that throughout the season. But right now, I don't think that we need to worry about DJ Moore drawing coverage away. I don't want him to draw it away right now. I want DJ Moore to get out there and go crazy for the first 6 weeks of the season. I'd love to see after the first 6 weeks. I'd love to see him have 600 receiving yards, 50, 40, 48, 50 receptions after the first six. Would that be 8 receptions? Yeah, that'd be kind of crazy, wouldn't it? That'd be like 8. Yeah. That's too much. Yeah. 30, 40 receptions after the first 6 weeks. 400 yards, maybe a couple of touchdowns as well. That would be ideal, over the first third of the season, for him to have around 400 or 500 yards, 30 to 40 catches. That'd be ideal. If we could get that, that'd be great. 3-4 touchdowns. That'd be awesome. That would be excellent, because then we could parlay that into drawing coverage away from everybody else, and then letting these other guys eat, getting the safety out of the box, allowing this run game to really look more explosive. One other thing I wanted to bring up really, really quickly. We finally brought back my favorite run play, the tackle wrap counter. Like, I was so happy to see that. They pulled Jude Bowery and they send him through the B gap, and Davis had just like, it was just like part of like the Red Sea, man. He takes off.
Yards, yeah.
I was impressed. Yeah, I was impressed with the play calling, the execution from the second unit. Kyle Allen actually looked good. He didn't look like he stunk. So I was happy about that.
That was a plus, yes. It's unexpected, because I've not been a fan of the Kyle Allen signing all season. So yeah, here. So
I think we're good though. I don't think we need to go out and grab backup tackle. I mean, backup quarterback, do we?
No, I mean, yeah, we've talked about it a lot about maybe just drafting a guy somewhere in the draft. I mean, I do anticipate that is going to happen sooner than later. I think the last couple drafts have been to build this defense and have that young unit get better and better. Now, who knows? Maybe next year we do. It is an excellent quarterback draft. Who knows? Maybe we do dip 4th, 5th round and grab ourselves a backup QB to kind of groom just to have on the bench. So we'll see.
Right.
Any thoughts on? I listen. It was nice to see Mike Vanna have a couple sacks. He had one really nice one in particular. So as he tries to stick with this team, and I think he will. Whittle. I mean, I don't know if you have him as part of the 53, but I'm really feeling that way at this point. Not to say this game sealed it, but just encouraging to see how he looked on his 2 plays where he made 2 impact sacks.
Yeah, I think it depends on where they slot him. If they're going to slot him at outside linebacker, and we carry, hopefully we carry 6. My 6 would be obviously Chubb, Rousseau, Michael Hoyt, T.J. Parker, and Dana and Solomon would be fine to me. Like, I was impressed by Solomon. I thought Solomon looked extremely quick off the line of scrimmage. I thought it felt like he was timing the snap and just getting it right every single time. He looked super explosive, to the point where I feel like they had to pay extra attention to him. TJ Sanders gets a sack, but initially it was Javon Solomon with the initial pressure to force the play back towards TJ Parker. So I mean, they had a meeting at the quarterback. It was like 3 of those guys there, and then the still shot of the day was Bryce Young trying to get away from Deion Walker. It's cartoonish how much bigger.
Yes.
He's like, you're talking about 6'8", 330 with long arms against 5'10", maybe, 170 pounds, 180 max, 180 maximum weight is like 180.
What I love about that picture, Whittle, I love that Walker's teeth. He's like ready. You know what I mean? He's like, it's something like out of like a movie you would see. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
ready to pounce on
the power. Yes, it was awesome. There were a couple stills like that. That was great. Yeah. What can you say about Deion Walker, Whittle? I mean, like you said, not surprising you. I know that for sure. But
no.
I'm real excited to see the leap he takes, especially in this Jim Leonard defense in 26. And Ed's the key. I think Ed stays healthy. It just makes Deion that much better. It's a great combo that we do have there.
Yeah, but I felt like, you know what, man, and I felt like they didn't. I don't think that anybody played too long. I think they did a good job of getting guys off the field, even though we did sustain a couple of injuries. I know DJ Moore was a little, he felt he got twisted up on a reception, and Keon Coleman actually got hurt that game. But outside of that, man, I thought we did a good job of kind of getting guys off the field and making sure, I think the coach staff did a good job of knowing when to pull the plug on certain players. But
and I think with the new grass, some of the issues, maybe that was part of it too. Said, hey, we better not mess with this too much as they're still trying to work out the kinks of the new grass. So why extend them too far and something really bad can happen? So let's just take our time.
Yeah, I mean, it's new. The field is new. So, of course, there's going to be some – I mean, I guess there's going to – listen, I'm not a grass or field expert. I have no clue. Like, if it was up to me, man, I wouldn't have any grass in my house. I'd just have, like, decorative rocks. And
I like that fake grass. That's nice. Hey, you don't have to mow it. Isn't that the best part?
Right.
You don't have to pay someone or get a mower.
I don't mow grass anyway. I pay a service to do it, and they have
There
been
you go.
pushing back my service for about a week now. I'm supposed to get done on Saturday.
Right.
We're Thursday tomorrow. They're supposed to do it tomorrow, so we'll see. It needs to get done because it's pretty bad at this point. But whatever, it'll get better.
Yeah.
Some other news though, as we do, let's wrap up this. Josh took a sack. I didn't like that. We talked about that. How do you feel about the left guard position after the game?
Still open. I'm really hoping that Edwards wins it, but I think it's going to be. I think the next game's going to really tell a lot too. I feel like this is a battle that really is going to start getting, a lot more attention there, Whittle. I wasn't blown away. It wasn't anything that really stuck out. I watched some of the plays, but I haven't dived into the All-22 on that just at a high level yet. But I'm hoping Alec Anderson, takes this job. Did you have any thoughts about any of the players that went in at left guard?
I thought it looked better when Austin Corbett was in the game. I thought the run game was better. I thought that Alec Anderson was good in pass pro. Pass pro, I thought he was fine. Run pro, run blocking, that's a different story. I was not as impressed as I was with Corbett. I think I thought Corbett. I thought Corbett was close to what Alec Anderson did in pass protection, but I didn't think that he was. I thought he was above and beyond better than Alec Anderson in run blocking. So right now, my pick for that spot would be Corbett. But two more games to go. We'll figure it out.
It would be a mild upset. That I think if we were handicapping it, that would be a pretty mild upset for Bills fans. But we'll see. Like you said, that's going to be a real big battle, especially next week when we're going to have to keep an eye on.
What else? What else we got? You want to talk about the injuries or no? Not really. Let's talk about the joint practice. We'll get back to that. Joint practice is going to be tomorrow. Today was a travel day for the Buffalo Bills, and I don't know if we'll see him tomorrow. I imagine we probably will at this point. Probably in a limited role, but new Buffalo Bill, Greg Gaines, was signed. Right, we got his name right. Yeah, Greg Gaines, defensive tackle from. I don't know where he's from, but defensive tackle.
University of Washington, I can tell you that.
Washington Huskies, yeah. 2019 came out the same round as came out the same year as Ed Oliver. 6'1", 312, probably a little heavier than that at this point. He is what you would consider a one gap specialist. He's a guy that's supposed to eat double teams. He's your run defender. He's going to be your interior run defender. Deion Walker, and this was something I talked about after the game. I thought Deion Walker, played well. Obviously like Ed Oliver. I thought Landon Jackson was good. I thought TJ Sanders was solid. We do have a bunch of guys that can play that 4-eye spot, but I also don't want Deion Walker to be pigeonholed into that, zero tackle or nose tackle position. I'd like for him to still be able to be moving around. And in order to do that, you need another big body up front that's going to be able to, at the very least, eat a double team or push the pocket forward. That's where Greg Gaines comes in. I kind of feel like this was done in response to the Fidarian Mathis suspension. He's going to be suspended for 3 weeks, I believe. I believe it's 3 weeks.
I think it's 3 weeks. Yeah.
I think it's 3 weeks. He'll be back for the Patriots game at home, but we're gonna need some more beef up front, man. We're playing a couple of teams that are going to want to establish the run early on when we play them. So obviously, Detroit's one of the better. They have one of the better running backs, one of the best running backs in the league.
Maybe the best, yeah.
And his former backfield partner in crime, we see week 1 in Houston, David Montgomery. So, they've had issues with their quarterback, its consistency. So, how do you fix that? You take the ball out of his hands, you give it to the running back, and you let him go out there and get you, 4 or 5 yards if you can. And we got to figure out a way to stop that. So, adding Greg Gaines is going to give us the opportunity to go big, go heavy if we need to up front, and still maintain some level of pass rush and flexibility with our coverage to not have to commit more guys to the box because we're light up front. So I'm happy with the Greg Gaines move, and this coincides with someone who got extended today by the team that he plays for. Vita Vea signs a 1-year extension for $30 million. They were not interested in trading him. Have you seen the discourse on X about Brandon Beane not magically making this deal happen?
Yeah, I guess even if Tampa doesn't want to move him, I guess they have to if Beane wants it. Am I doing this right, Whittle?
I guess they call Brandon Beane Mr. If Man, and or Mr. In Man or something like that. It's like he's in on everything but never actually gets anything.
Checking it. Yeah.
You'll see. It's pretty pretty interesting.
If we knew all the things that previous GMs did many years ago, in the days that we had 1/100th of the coverage of the NFL, it'd be the same way. A lot of GMs check in on this guy, they check in on this guy. It happens all the time. We're getting news, some of it's real, some of it's not. Some of it's made up, let's be honest, right? So in this case, like you said, I mean, Gaines fits a need. It's a solid move. And listen, this guy plays, he's durable. 16, 17, 16, 17, 15, and 17 games since 2020. He plays. So, he seems like a guy that's healthy. And I think it's a very solid addition. He's had some years where he's had 4.5 sacks, 4 sacks. So maybe he can. We've talked about the pressure that we get up the middle. Sometimes that's a little bit of a pain for Buffalo over the last 5-6 years. And as part of the reason why we lost to the teams like Mahomes late in the playoffs. We needed those guys to get the push up the middle. It wasn't the edge guys. The edge guys were getting, but, so if even just one guy like that can make a big difference, I'm all for it. Like you said, I didn't know what Beane. Listen, there are some things that I wish Beane was on in the past a little bit. It's like every trade now. It can't be like this for every trade. I'm sorry. You have to. I just think people want to complain just to complain. Put up a tweet, get 3,000 likes or whatever to get comments, and that's really all they're after. Just tell us what you really want. That, you know what I mean? Instead of just complaining, just be honest about what your objective is. But of course, we'll never see that half the time, or 90% of the time.
1 second.
Sure. All right, so Whittle will be back. So if any of you in the group chat have any questions about any players, anything you want to chime in on that you saw, again, we have the open practice tomorrow with the Browns. So there he is. He's back. So welcome back. We're kind of like in part 2 of episode 150 here. We're moving along 35 minutes in. So
I just wanted to add something real quick to what we were just talking about. The philosophy, like I will give Brandon Beane and Jim Leonard credit for this. Jim Leonard said early on, after he got the defensive coordinator position, and part of the reason that he was hired, Brandon Beane said this in an interview, is because the goal is to maximize Ed Oliver. You want to put Ed Oliver in as many one-on-one situations as possible. So if Deion Walker is going to show out like he's been showing out, and we have the ability to put Deion Walker at the 4-eye position and then move, put Greg Gaines in the game, or put Ed at the 0 and then put TJ Sanders or Landon Jackson at the 4. Like we can move guys around in an effort to make sure that Ed Oliver is going to get one-on-one opportunities more often than he has in the past. Because when he has gotten them, he's been very, very disruptive, very productive, very, very, very good. He's been worth the draft slot that he was picked at when he's been able to get those one-on-ones. The last time he got a ton of one-on-ones was, I want to say 2023, the first year of Daquan Jones, who ironically had a workout with the Patriots. Him and Jack Thompson this week. They worked out.
Interesting.
Yeah, so if they sign with them, they're dead to us. But right now they're still, they're still Bills at heart. But if they sign with the Patriots, they're dead to us. Mac Hollins. Yep. Oh man.
Yeah, your feet thing was cool till you went to New England, so that's just how it is. That's how
Reggie Gilliam, dead does. Dead.
That would hurt you. The Reggie Gilliam one hurt a little bit more for me.
I don't know which one hurt more, him or Mac. Like those two hurt.
Yeah.
Those two.
You were big on Mac Hollins when we got him. I remember that.
Very big on Mac Hollins. Tried to tell everybody for months after we got him. Oh, Mac Hollins is a wide receiver from like guys. Still is going to be a problem here. Like Josh is going to open him up, and he's going to maximize Mac Hollins, and he really kind of did. It would be really, really nice if we could have Mac Hollins right now with DJ Moore, Shakir, Keon, Skylar Bell, Jack, like that would be awesome if we were able to have that, but we don't. So it is what it is. But let's get back to it, man. I do like the move of bringing, like I said, we like the move of bringing Greg Gaines. I hear that there are conversations, or there's been a conversation with a veteran linebacker. But who knows where that's going, if it goes anywhere at all. What did you bringing up linebackers, what did you think of the linebacker play from Saturday, from what you saw?
I thought it was encouraging, right? Again, not perfect, of course, but I listen, we all know there's a lot of question marks, but I do think, to use the Terry Pagula line with the Sabres, the solution really might be in the room after all, right? So he said that with the Sabres. I think we have solutions with them. I really do. I think it's just a matter of we got to see Groot, we got to see Chubb, and a healthy Terrell Bernard would be huge. Just that off the top. Forget everything else. Forget Caleb Erlamzor, the rookie. I'm talking about those guys, right? If those three play the way that we know they're capable of playing, we're going to be pretty solid at linebacker. And some of the other guys, like Dorian Williams, he could do what he does. So I'm not as down on going into the season. It was just more of how's it going to look, especially with Groot going outside. Like, how is that going to play? What's the growing pains going to be like? Because like you said, our season starts off right away with a bang. I mean, at Houston, it's baptism under fire against that team, right? I'm not saying CJ Stroud, but they're physical. It's a tough environment. It's a big game, on our schedule. So, they got to be ready from day one. So, but overall, I thought play was good enough. Again, we had some moments. Again, it's really hard to take big nuggets away from the preseason, just little things. So the optics to me look good so far. How about you, Mo?
I don't know. I mean, Terrell Bernard looked good. Like he looks healthy. He looked fast. He looked like he was ready to make plays. Who's the other guy? Elam Zor. I mean, he was just like all over the place. Like he kind of looked just like he looked like Dorian Williams, first year. He kind of looked like that. And I understand that there is a battle for who's going to be the starter next to Terrell Bernard. I'm actually leaning after that first game. I'm leaning Dorian. I am leaning Dorian Williams. I'm surprised I'm saying that, but I'm
Me
leaning.
Too, actually, I'm a little
Williams.
surprised that you're saying it. Yes.
Yeah, and if you know what, I wouldn't hate if they had a conversation with Jermaine Pratt and brought him in, and by the time we get to weeks 2 or 3, Pratt's ready to step in and start. Like I would be fine with that. Like I think Pratt would flourish in his defense. I think you could get some production out of him. I know he's a little long in the tooth and probably a little slow to play the position because it's been some time he's been off. But that veteran brain, that veteran experience with these young guys like Dorian Williams, even Terrell Bernard, who's been in the league only 4 years now. He came in 2022, only 4 years. So, yeah, man. I mean that'd be excellent if he could make that happen. Getting a guy like that, he's only going to help Caleb Elam-Zord develop into a better linebacker, Dorian Williams, et cetera, et cetera. So, I don't hate it. It's just not one of the better units on our team right now. And it's still wait and see for me. We still got a couple of games to go. Let's see if Caleb Elam-Zord starts making plays or Dorian Williams looks really good in coverage because you know what he can do against the run. We'll see. That's it. What is that? A TBT or TBD?
TBD. Yep. TBD. To be determined. Yeah, it's like an incomplete score for me for this unit. But how about cautious optimism, right? Well, just cautious, right? We're not saying everything is set in stone, of course, just based on what preseason game against Carolina. That's far from the case, but there were at least some encouraging signs from this unit.
Yeah. So what else we got? We talk about the injuries now. Want to do that now?
Sure. Yeah.
I hate this, man. All right, so we'll talk about the Bills' injuries first. Well, we did talk about joint practice, right? Joint practice starts tomorrow with the Browns.
Yep. Oh, by the way, did you see? Speaking of that, did you see? I saw a blurb about the coach. How he's worried about the coach of the Browns. He's worried if there's going to be fights, like if Bills players are going to fight their guys. I said, "Wow, he's already putting that in universe before tomorrow." So we'll see if
Todd Monken.
Yeah, Todd Monken. Yeah.
There's going to be fights, man. They almost beat us last year. Like there's going to be fights. I guarantee that somebody's going to hit somebody too hard, and it's a good test though because that's a good defense over there. But today's a travel day for the team. Just wanted to put that out there. So if anybody's wondering why there weren't any joint practice today, that's because those guys are flying out to. Sure, they're in Cleveland now, and they're getting ready. Joint practice will be tomorrow, so you'll see the clips and things like that getting posted on social media if you're tapped in. Sure, the Bills.
What time does that start tomorrow? Do you have any idea? Time
no, man, I don't know what time the Cleveland practice starts. I mean, I'm sure we'll talk to some Cleveland fans tomorrow. We're also going to talk to Greg Thompson tomorrow from Cover One on the Spaces at 10 o'clock.
Nice. Okay. 7 for me as soon as I wake up. All right. I'll be in there.
We'll talk a little contracts, a little, yada, yada, yada. We'll talk a little bit. But we'll talk Bills tomorrow for sure. Fullback had a great game too. Like he erased. Yeah, he erased somebody. He erased somebody in the first quarter. I was actually impressed. Like he let a guy move up. So good on him, man. All right, injuries. Maxwell Harrison and Cole Bishop did not play Saturday because of injuries they sustained during practice. They both returned to practice today. Max participated in team drills. DJ Moore is fine. Cole Bishop as well. Like they're fine. They're back in practice. DJ Moore is fine. He was participating in drills and things like that. He's in full pads. He's fine. Shakir and don't this down. And Ed Oliver were out there at practice, but they weren't participating in anything because there's a vet rest day. Vet rest day for those guys. They're fine. They'll be unleashed tomorrow on the Cleveland Browns, our cousins to the west. And injuries for the Buffalo Bills right now. Conor McGovern's still out. Ty Johnson is still out. Keon Coleman, he has some sort of toe injury. I don't think it's turf toe, but it might be a light sprain or something like that. Like he's got a toe issue that has been a walking boot. He was out there practice today, but in a walking boot, so he's probably going to be out. I think they said the timetable was 2 to 3 weeks, so he may or may not be ready for week 1. And Skylar Bell is still dealing with I want to say a hamstring.
They said lower body, but I believe it's hamstring.
I think it's the hammy, but that was the other thing. Like this guy's had hamstring issues for years, and I don't know, man. I don't know about the Skylar Bell pick. Listen,
you were foolish on that. You really were not. I thought you would be when I first heard it.
No, listen. Let me tell you. This is what I wanted to happen. Yeah. Instead of taking Davis and Igbinosun in round 2, you move up a little bit. You take Antonio Williams out of Clemson. He's the wide receiver, right? Mm-hmm. Then in the 4th round, instead of drafting Skylar Bell, you take a cornerback. Will Lee. There were some other guys that were available. You take the corner then. That just to me would have been the path. But they're hell bent. They were hell bent on adding premier talent to this defense. Bro, I just can't get past IGB does not look for the ball, man. He just doesn't.
I gotta really watch that. I haven't really watched it like you have. I gotta watch it all 22.
Yeah, it's scary. I don't want to say it's scaring me, but it's just like, bro, we play. Listen to the first 6 weeks. It's Houston, CJ Stroud, whatever. But I don't think CJ Stroud's been super consistent, but he's still a smart quarterback. Like he's capable. Smart quarterback. He's going to understand when IGB's on the field, I can throw back shoulder. I can throw, I can underthrow balls that the receivers have to turn and come back to and create situations where a flag is going to be thrown. That is what worries me. He's going to extend drives by not looking for the football.
Oh, boy. I'm going to get ready for that.
Week 2, Chargers. You don't think Justin Herbert is going to pick up on that?
Yeah, that's Detroit, you mean. Sorry, Detroit at home. And then the Chargers.
Oh, week 2, Detroit. Yeah, Goff's going to pick up on that. Week 3, Chargers. You don't think he's going to Justin Herbert? Week 4, Drake May. Drake May's going to pick up on that. He's going to have 4 weeks of film or 3 weeks of film to go back to and say, oh, when this kid 21 gets out there, he doesn't look for the football. I can just generate a first down when he's on the field. So Stafford's week 5, which is like worse. And then hopefully week 6 is Fernando Mendoza. If it's not, it's Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is going to do the same thing. Mm-hmm. So
we have a real tough sled the first 5 weeks, man.
Yeah.
Stroud aside, we really do. This beginning schedule is pretty rough.
We do, man. And we're going 6-0. So, yeah, I know that's probably clipped, right?
It's clipped. Yeah.
Got me again. Yeah, so those are the injuries, man. Michael Hoyt is still on a timetable of being ready for week 1, but they are being very, 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 very careful with him. And I love that they're making him wait.
Yep.
They're not letting him get into, a bunch of stuff in the preseason. I love that because he's going to hit week 1 and he's going to be shot out of a cannon for months because of all of the pent-up aggression of not being able to play and practice.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait. He's going to attack the first 3 weeks like they're the last 3 games of his career, and I can't wait for it because he's super smart, very, very versatile. He can move in and out, outside backer, 4-eye. You can throw him there. You can throw him off the ball, and he's still going to be able to make plays. So can't wait for Michael Hoyt. The other one that is okay, that's it. Camp battles. We talked about Caleb Elam's Orr and Dorian Williams. There is one more camp battle I want to talk about. TJ Sanders and Landon Jackson. Where do you stand? Who's getting the start for you?
I'm going to give the edge to Sanders just because where he was picked. But, I haven't really had a chance to break down Landon's performance this week. I don't recall anything eye-opening from it this week. And, but I'm going to give the edge to Sanders because I think they just have a lot of expectations. But I'm going to tell you what, I'm not 80-10 on it. I'm like 60-40, 55-45 at this point. If I had to give you a percentage, that's where I'm at. So I'm really looking forward to seeing this Saturday, this Saturday against Cleveland. Really watch those two and see who gets a foothold on that. How about you, Widow? Where are you at?
Nah, I'm Landon Jackson, brother.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Landon Jackson right now. Don't get me wrong. I do see. First off, full disclosure, not a fan of the TJ Sanders pick. Mm-hmm. Not a fan at all. I wanted Alfred Collins there. Didn't get what I wanted. Whatever. But TJ Sanders has been he's been good, man. He's showing a little bit more as far as his pass rush bag. I saw him hit somebody with a nasty spin move in the Panthers game, and I mean, I think he's built for this odd front. I think he is. So, I'm expecting him to probably play himself into the starting job, but Landon Jackson's so freaking strong, bro. I just watched him. If you go back and watch, he is just walking his assignment into the backfield. Like he's almost picking the guy up and walking him into the backfield. So, like, if he's going to continue to do that, I don't know how you keep him off. I don't know how you keep him off I don't know how you get him off the field. It's going to be tough, but especially because we're going to prioritize stopping the run. You need guys like that are going to push players into the backfield. And why does it keep saying this?
What's that?
I keep getting this Facebook notification. I just want to say this too, bro. The football opinions on TikTok might be worse than Facebook.
That is rough. That has to be because Facebook is pretty rough at times. That is.
Yo, it's bad.
Is
It's
it
bad.
really? Oh man.
Yeah, it's bad.
I have to.
It's bad.
Do you advise getting heavy to TikTok at this point, Whittle, or do you say save your sanity and stick with X at this point?
It's very popular. So
it is.
You got to pay your respects to it because it's popular. But my God,
yeah, we may be trying to do more of that with the Saber Show, which will be back with a vengeance this fall. But we want to do some maybe short little clips that we want to put up on TikTok and the likes. So we'll see if we could do even more with our show on that. So we'll have some discussions. But I gotta really look into it. Sometimes I show my age when I go into these new apps. It's just so busy and things like that. So I gotta take a look at it and see what's going on.
Yeah, bro. Jump on. Like I mean, venture out there with you, and I'm warning you. It's very like you're gonna be shocked at some of the things that you hear over there. Seriously.
Oh boy. Oh.
Like it's pretty bad. Yeah. So speaking of bad takes, one of the takes that was there is the Bills are gonna go 10-7. That was there. Out there. And I said, well, why do you have the Bills going 10-7? And literally every game against a good team, pretty much they had us losing to Houston, losing to Detroit, losing to the Ravens, losing to Chicago, losing to New England, losing to the Packers and the Broncos. 7 losses. So I'm like, we're just not going to beat any good teams. Like, I actually think the opposite. I think we'll win most of these games against really good teams, and I think we lose stupid games. Like we'll lose one. We'll probably split with the Patriots. So that's one.
Tell me, I'll get to give you the stupid game of the year, and I think you'll agree. Does that Minnesota game not feel like that game, right?
Bro, I've already marked it down as a loss. I've already marked it as a loss.
And you know what's going to be wild? McCarthy's going to play that game, and we're still going to lose. Watch.
If we lose to JJ McCarthy, I might delete my Twitter account. I really might.
That's it.
No, I'm serious, bro. I'm serious. Like you can't lose to McCarthy, man.
No, you cannot. But
bro, he's terrible.
That team may surprise some people. If Kyler Murray gets back to Kyler Murray, what we saw used it, they could be a very interesting team. They got a good squad, Minnesota. Their roster's good.
Man, listen, we'll see. Kyler Murray's good. That team could go to. That team could go. Like they could go to the Super Bowl. That's a hot take. Wow. You can clip it if you want.
Wow, I like to go to the playoffs. I think they could be a secret, savvy NFC North prediction to win the division. If you want to bets on that, I don't think that's a bad bet. To be honest, you may get 20-1 on that.
I look at it like this: do you want to play the Vikings defense in the playoffs?
They're good. I'm Brian Flores. I'm telling you that it's a good roster, man.
Exactly.
Great number one receiver, good line, good receivers, good tight end, really good tight end Hawkinson. Yeah.
And the other thing is, about like when Kyler's locked in, and when Kyler is locked in, if you get a locked in, I'll say this: if you get a locked in Kyler Murray and Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison in a playoff game, and Brian Flores' defense.
That's gonna, yeah.
I think that team that's a dark horse pick for me, but
I am in step with you on that, Whittle. I think forget it was just a couple of years ago that team had 14 wins, right? Did they
14?
It was just two years ago. Was it a 13? If I remember when they lost in
Oh yeah, I'm thinking Arizona. I don't know why I was thinking about Arizona. No, you're right.
They lost on the road.
They were 14-3. They lost to the Giants. And that's crazy too because they were 14-3 and a wild card team because the Lions won that division via tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Actually, no, the Lions had 15 wins. I think the Lions had 15.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Oh no, wait. No, the Vikings lost. That's when they had Darnold. That was his last year with the Vikings. Remember, I think they lost to the Rams. I think they had to go to LA and they lost to the Rams. It was that year where they won like 13, 14 games and they were on the road. They did as well. They lost to the Giants. They've had a couple years like that recently. But that's his third quarterback. That's crazy. I'm just looking at the depth chart. That's pretty interesting.
You think Aaron Donald's coming back?
Yes, I do. Yes. But probably
he's coming back before week 5?
No.
Really?
No. I think he goes back second half of the year.
You think he comes in like week 9 or 10?
Yeah, close to Thanksgiving, maybe a little before that. I think you start hearing the stories maybe around Halloween.
Please, God, let that be true. Like, I do not want. Listen. Bad enough they got Myles Garrett. I don't want to play Myles Garrett.
I just don't see Aaron Donald saying, you know what? Let me go through 15, 14 weeks of the season, Whittle. I think he's going to say, you know what? It's September. It's beautiful out here. It's hot. Beach weather. He doesn't want to be bothered with that right now. When things start dipping a little bit October and the games get bigger and, the Rams kind of see where they're at, trade deadline passes, all this other stuff. That's when I think he says, you know what? Yeah, let me come back to the Rams. That's what I think. But I could be wrong. But if anybody has any other feelings, by all means, I could stand to be corrected on that.
Now, I don't know if you are. I don't believe that you're a conspiracy theorist, but
sometimes, very rare. Once in a while, it depends. But sometimes I pick and choose.
So Aaron Donald's wife posts a video on. He posted a comment. Said what Aaron Donald is doing to the Rams right now, and it showed a video of Carmelo at a Knicks game, grab the basketball, take like 2 dribbles, and pump fake like he was about to shoot it, and then he's like, "Nah, I'm just playing," and rolls the ball away. But that's what Darnold's doing. Like he keeps coming in for these workouts. He's just not being signed. It's weird.
I just think he's trying to tell him, hey, I'll be here, Whittle, but I don't feel like going through training camp and all this stuff now. He's not coming back till I'm telling you, right around Halloween, right around trick or treat, mark my words. That's when we start hearing about Aaron Donald.
Hopefully it's not before week 5.
Remember when didn't Sue come back around that time too? Remember we got Kinlaw? Like right around that time, right around Thanksgiving. I think that's what teams going to overdrive, man.
We got Kinlaw?
Yeah, remember? Oh no, who's the Kinlaw? No, who's that one big one tech we had? Right when we played the Eagles and we lost on Sunday night or Sunday with the Jalen Hurts overtime touchdown. We signed that one.
Mary Caldwell?
Oh, anybody in the group chat. It was the 2023 Buffalo Bills.
I have no idea, bro.
Yeah, when you hear the name, you'll be like, oh yeah, I know who you're talking about. Linval Joseph, that's who it is.
Oh,
Linval Joseph.
Yeah, I remember. He actually didn't play poorly for us, man. He was all right.
He wasn't bad. He was solid. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of hoping for with Gates here a little bit in a different way.
He was just old as heck.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like guys like him, like Donald, they don't want to be messing around with all this stuff. They just want to come in for the good stuff, man. And that's what I think it's going to do.
Oh, wow.
I would be shocked if he plays against us on Monday night against the Rams. I'd be blown away, truly.
Well, I don't want to see him, so I mean,
I'd rather him stay out there too.
Take your time, Aaron.
Yeah,
take your time. But at the same time, you kind of do want to see him because if you do get a chance to play against him in that defense, you just in case. You make it to the big game and they're sitting there waiting. You have firsthand experience at looking at them. So, and the only reason I'm bringing that up is because on Instagram today, that corgi that picks all the football games.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The Bills and the Rams to go to the Super Bowl.
Oh
no! I'm sorry. Bills and Cowboys, and had the Bills winning. At
Bills Cowboys Part 3. Could you imagine that? Oh man.
Yes.
I would welcome it this time around. I'd welcome it this time.
Yes.
Yeah, that's revenge. We need that, Will. So coming up this week, we got joint practice. We got Bills at Browns. NFL Network, 1 o'clock Eastern. I believe that's a Saturday afternoon game, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
Saturday. So it'll be on nationally, of course. Browns are a very compelling story now. With the battle between Watson and Shedeur Sanders. So that'll be interesting to watch in that respect to see, how that all pans out. And, we should get their best for that reason, Will. So I'm interested to see, they also have a new coach. They're trying to, he's trying to change the culture there. He's trying to, yeah. So I think they're going to be ready. So I think, it's going to be another good test for Joe Brady and the staff on Saturday to see how we do. Do you think, You think Josh plays on Saturday?
Yes.
You think so? Ooh, I'm not sure. I
think he plays.
Yeah. How long?
I think he plays I think he plays 2 series again. As long as he doesn't get like annihilated in the first series.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Or he runs. Like if he gets annihilated or he runs, he's out of there. Like, that's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't want to see too much of him, to be honest. As much as I love watching Josh Allen play, I just preseason we're good. So maybe 1 series, couple passes. I don't think we're going to see more this game. Do you? I think we're going to see sitting.
Yeah, I believe
quite a few players this week. We got to be very careful. I think we saw enough of DJ Moore on Saturday to know what we could be getting during the season. I'm good. He's a vet. He's a 29-year-old veteran. This guy is going to come in right away. He's going to be ready. This isn't a rookie. That takes time. He's been in this league for quite a while. He's a pro, so I'm not too concerned about him.
I mean, they look good together. I mean, Josh, that connection is real, bro. It's real.
Yep. By the way, how'd you love DJ Moore doing the fantasy draft of that guy with the poster? That was awesome. That was one of
I thought that was fun.
Yeah, good stuff, man. So overall, good weekend. Good week, Whittle.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of great stuff coming up this week.
Absolutely.
Any other last thoughts before we depart for the week?
No, I don't have any.
Wow, it's unusual. Yeah, so that means we're having a good week, everybody. When Whittle is lost for words, that is usually a good thing in terms of how we're doing. So, again, Bills Browns this week.
Sign Jermaine Pratt. That's it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll see if Bean has anything going. We'll see if there are any trades he makes. You never know. We've seen him do a couple things sometimes during this late in the preseason. So,
quick question.
Yes.
Are you starting to get worried? Are you worried about the wide receiver depth?
A little bit. Yes. A little bit.
Yeah, I am too.
Especially since what you said about Skylar Bell. And we know, listen, I like Joshua Palmer, but he hasn't proven he can stay on the field.
Always hurt. Yeah. Yep.
He's always hurt.
He's always hurt.
And Coleman being hurt really complicates it.
Out too. Yeah.
So are you suggesting we're cooking something up in a different way to bring someone back? No Brady Cooks?
Listen, I would 100% I would call Cooks right now and say, bro, can you get in here? Because
he wants to. Sounds like it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I could see it though, Whittle. I would not be surprised if they do. Depending on the severity of Keon's injury, they may say, you know what? Sit you down for a while. Let's bring Brandon Cooks in for a bit.
They should. I mean, I know they say it's only 3 weeks, but you never know. Could be way worse.
Really good this year.
I'd bring him in.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. That's the one place on the offense I'm a little concerned in terms of depth. Everywhere else I feel very, very good. Well, quarterback, of course, but we don't ever want to deal with our second quarterback ever. So that goes without saying.
That's a fact. That is a fact. All right, man. Let's put a bow on it, brother.
We shall, and want to say thank you to everybody again. And next week we'll recap the Browns game. We'll recap the practices. We'll see how things go with the injuries, and we move towards another game against Pittsburgh. One last quote, soft opening for a new high mark, whatever you want to call it. So we'll see if they work out the field a little bit in that case, and then it's time to go. I mean, right away we're getting closer and closer, so pretty excited as we go forward in 2026. But that's all I had. Will, have a great week. Go Bills, and see you all soon. Thank you.
Like and subscribe, folks. Go Bills.
Yes, please do. Thank you. Go Bills.